subscribe to Go Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Hello guys, watching Go Doctor Who, and today we're going to do the companion ranking. Yes, so let's just get into it. There's about 16 companions we are ranking, and if you think, oh, that companion's not on the list, it's New Who, and if you think, oh, that companion's still not on the list, I'm not classing it as a companion. My ranking, my review, and yeah, let's just get into it. So this is my first video back as well from the 2-week without internet. I've been dying. If you don't understand what I mean, check out my previous video with the update video telling you everything to come on the channel, and my London Comic Con video, check that out. But yeah, anyway, let's just get into this video, the companion ranking. So last place is Yaz. Now Yaz has been a miles better improvement in series 12, but she had nothing to do in series 11, and that was quite, you know, it's just like, alright, she's kind of got on par with Ryan, who is next on my list. Ryan is next, and I think Ryan just beats her because he did have some stuff to do, but he still had a massive amount of improvement in series 11, which I think makes him on par, but because series 12 was given a bit more, it's kind of pushed him up a bit. So if Yaz can do better in series 13, if she's still there by series 13, because I know Bradley Walsh and Graham are leaving, so if she does better, and yeah, she could beat Ryan, but them two are definitely low on the list. Next up we have Rory, and yeah, I know a lot of you love Rory, and I remember as a kid he really annoyed me, and me and my friend were like, oh, he's dead again, oh, he's back, why can't he just stay dead? You know, we didn't really enjoy him that much as a kid. Now I have a bit more appreciation for him, but he is definitely one I'm not bothered about, and I've seen him at London Comic Con and Wales Comic Con, and I haven't bothered to get a photo of him just because I'll save my money for a better a guest. And with that, I think Rory, I will probably try and meet him one day in London Comic Con stuff, but I'm not that fussed about him. And yeah, next up we have Rose. Now my 10-year-old self would be having a go at me right now because Rose was the best companion ever, blah blah blah. She's not, and I have completely changed my mind on that as growing up. Yeah, I thought that Rose was a very good and strong start from series 1, and she helped the Ninth Doctor mellow between the Dalek episode, and eventually could the Ninth Doctor actually pulled that button and blown up all the Daleks? Maybe he would have if he didn't meet Rose. Maybe that's a what if scenario. If he didn't meet Rose, would he have blown up the Daleks? In the end of Parting the Ways and Bad Wolf. I think Rose has definitely helped the Doctor's character, and she is a very vital part of him healing from the Time War. And she's just also not a nice person in some ways. I used to love Rose and thought she was the best ever, and I understand why people love that, because I loved it. And I don't get me wrong, I'd love to meet Billie Piper at a Comic Con convention, just be like, you were the companion that started me off and everything like that. And I think she deserves to be a bit more up there, but I just love more characters than her, and the way she treated Mickey and the way she would destroy anyone who would talk to the Doctor is such a jealousy mode, is just annoying, really. Then we have next up is, let me just check, Martha. For the same reasons, Rose would get brought up, Martha would get jealous. I think Rose's family had a lot more, whoa, this is real life scenario, whereas Martha's family was hardly in the series 3, and when they were, they didn't do much, and we didn't learn more about them. I think the mom got the most screen time, and with that, the sister had a bit as well, but in an episode with the Lazarus experiment. But Martha as a whole, she did save the world in the end, and she left the Doctor. I like that. It beats Rose because maybe how she dealt with things with the Doctor, and I thought she did challenge the Doctor, and yeah, I just thought the love aspect was a bit with 10th Doctor, but it tends to always be the way. Next up is Mickey, and Mickey is incredible. He's also classed as a side character, I guess, side companion, just like Rory. But Mickey, from Mickey the Idiot, from turning and getting picked on by the Doctor and Captain Jack, and then from series 1 he moves in with a bit more brave and trying to get into the adventures. The Ninth Doctor offered you could travel with us, and he tells the Ninth Doctor, no, I'm not ready, don't tell Rose that. And you can show that he's progressed from series 1 to series 2, and then when he does series 2, we've got him saying, can I join? He's finally ready, and then he joins, and he doesn't want to be the tin dog anymore, and we see that bit more upper strength. And then when he goes to the Power of Earth, he decides to stay. He's got his nan, he's got something to live for. Rose treats him like crap, let's just leave that, there's nothing left for me in that world, let's just go to my nan. He spends time with his nan passes away, and he comes back to Rose's Earth with the Cybermen and kicks ass, and is ready with the guns, and he's changed completely into an action hero, from Mickey the Idiot to an action hero. And then from series 4, when he returns, he is badass, and he's everything and more, and he's done so well. And then we see him in the end of time, the last time we see Mickey, and he's full on. Like Davros said to the Doctor, you turn them into soldiers. He is like a soldier in a way, and maybe that's a little nod to how Mickey was going to turn out. But he is also so much stronger because of what he's witnessed with the Doctor, and I love that. And that's why Mickey beats a lot of high characters in a way. Next up is Amy. I do like Amy. I think she's feisty, she's funny, she is definitely in control of things, and is kind of beating the Doctor in command of what she wants to do. She's the TARDIS boys, and she's got the Doctor under her finger, she's got Rory, and she doesn't take no, she fights back, and I think she's up there for one of the best. And now we're into 10th place with, no, 9th place, sorry. So Amy just takes 10th place, now we're at 9th place, it's Nardole. I love Nardole. Nardole's brilliant and funny. Just Matt Lucas puts from a comedic character who weren't meant to be a companion to suddenly being a companion, and throughout he just has these one-liners and makes it funny, but he also is in depth with his character, and he is an alien. We finally got an alien companion, and I think Nardole does wonders with series 10 and makes it a better series. And Matt Lucas with his angry moments against Missy in the vault, and him keeping the Doctor in check, and permission to keep the Doctor's ass, and him knowing the Doctor. He's been with the Doctor through River Song and the 12th Doctor staying on Darillion for so long, and Nardole just knows the Doctor now, and he travels with him, and we see that progress so much throughout the series. And sadly he maybe thinks the Doctor and Bill are dead because of what happened, and then we see him one last time in Twice Upon a Time, and giving the Doctor a hug and going cuddle, making it full circle. And I think Nardole is really good, and he deserves a lot more. Even if he is kind of classed as a side character, I do like him a lot more than other companions. Next up we have Graham. Finally a series with 13 Doctor companions in. Yeah, I do like Graham. I think he had a lot more to do in series 11 than he did in series 12, but he made series 12 so much better. I mean, him and Sacha Dhawan, and Graham Bradley Walsh, his character was phenomenal, and him shooting with the laser shoes was funny. He has a load of comedic moments, but he also was used a lot more with character development in series 11, and him trying to have that connection with Ryan, and we saw that progress to finally getting the word Grandad. And then we see the Dalek special Resolution, and yeah, you see that controversy between the dad, Ryan's dad, and Graham, and trying to make sure he treats him well. I like Graham, I think he does well. And yeah, now on to Wilf. And Wilf is another kind of classed as a character, but I count him as a companion, and he's the one that kills the 10th Doctor. I mean, Wilf is incredible and lovable, and you can't help just instantly fall in love with Wilf. We saw him in the Titanic episode, Voyage of the Damned, and then we saw him Partners in Crime all the way up to the End of Time Part 2, and his character development of just being hit wonders and just being a one little character who then turned out to be Donna's granddad, and then we learn so much throughout the series and him telling Donna to do your best, you're amazing, Donna, and supporting her, and you just learn to love Wilf so much, and he's definitely worth this place in the list. And if anyone says he's nothing, he's not worth anything, Bernard Cribbins plays that role phenomenally well. Now we're on to just checking my notes. River Song. So River Song's timeline is a bit messed up, and you have to just go forth and go along with it. However, I think that works within the show. I mean, Doctor is all about time travel, and I think also River just helps the Doctor in so much more and makes the 11th Doctor come out of his shell a bit more. And after all, it is the Doctor's wife, and how can I not put her high in this list? I think you can either love her or hate her with River Song, and I'm kind of just nudging towards love her. I don't fully go for her as the best companion ever, but she is certainly should be up here. This place on the list, which is at 6. So just at 5th place now is Clara Oswald. Yes, so we have Clara now, and Clara, Jenna Louise Coleman, or Jenna Coleman, who played this character really well. I mean, from Series 7 she was a mystery and we didn't have much. Then Series 8 came along and gave us so much character development. You may say it overshadowed the 12th Doctor's first series, and then she kind of went back to Series 9 with a bit less character development, I would say, after she loses Danny, and then we start to see her turn into the Doctor. And we see this for the first time, a companion turning into the Doctor. I mean, you could say Donna turned into the Doctor in a way, but Clara, literally, her mindset was trying to be like the Doctor. And I think we first saw that in Series 8 with Flatline, and it progressed from there, trying to be a good Doctor. And I thought that turned to her demise brilliantly until Hell Bent basically just put her with her own TARDIS, and she is now literally the first woman Doctor, you could say, or whatever. But yeah, I think Donna is the first Doctor. But yeah, Clara was brilliant, feisty, and was a good Doctor, whether you liked it or not. That was Stephen Moffat's idea and plan, and it certainly shows throughout that. Next up we have at Bill Potts. I love Bill. I think she's a one-hit wonder. It's a shame we didn't get more of her. I think she is one of the best companions going. I was now at 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now these 4, I always keep tossing and turning and swapping around. But I think I finally made the decision who I like first, and I've managed to try and create an order. But these 4 always change, because every time I watch them I think, oh, they're amazing, they're the best. So yeah, I really like Bill. I think she's incredible. I think she's funny. She's realistic. Although she asks a lot of questions, it works until Twice Upon a Time, where she actually says, questions are kind of my thing. I wish she didn't know that questions were a thing. She just asked them, because it kind of makes her like the question girl, the impossible girl, the girl who waited. I don't want to label Bill as the question girl or whatever, just not name it. She's the one who asks the questions, and the right ones to ask. And I think her being fostered is a brilliant way of showing something different. And then we also have her as black, and we see that change in history. history. She gets called some names, and the 12th Doctor has to defend Bill for being black, and that is something to tackle racism, and I think that works with the show. I mean, they could have done a bit more, but they do that more in series 11. Then we also have her being gay, which was a bit annoying because not that she was gay, the fact that she brought it up every episode. By the way, I'm gay. Hey, I'm gay. You know, she kind of did that, and I was like, right, okay, carry on. Right. There's some scenarios where that should have been played out. Yeah, fair enough. But she brought it up every episode, and it's like, and then they made a big deal in an interview saying, "Oh, we didn't make a big deal of it." You kind of did by putting it in every episode. I mean, there may be one or two where they didn't mention it, but it felt like every episode. If they just gave not even just give a little subtle nod if you wanted to do it every episode. But yeah, anyway, that's why she's probably down a little bit on the list, because she gets them bringing up, oh, this is her defining character, when it's not. Gay doesn't make that your logo or symbol or whatever, you know. Next up we have, let me just check my notes because it's quite far away. Sarah Jane Smith, of course. Oh, Sarah Jane, where do you begin? This is why I was like, oh, but she's amazing. She is the Who girl. She's the ultimate Who girl. Why am I putting her at third place? I mean, she should be top, and I keep changing. This is why I feel bad to put her at third place. She should be at top. Sarah Jane is the ultimate Who girl, and if anyone says otherwise, then I'm sorry, no, she's the best. Even if I haven't put her at first place, which annoys me, but I do understand why I've kind of put her at third place. But I do like to put her at first as well. That's why these top four always keep changing. Sarah Jane, she has her own spin-off series. That's how good she is. She is that badass. She has her own spin-off series, and she's amazing, and still the character we love in the spin-offs. Then in the Doctor Who, we see her with the Third Doctor, and she's amazing and brilliant. And the Third Doctor Who is one of my favourite classics, and I think that's because of her as well. Then we have the Fourth Doctor, and I think the Fourth Doctor worked with her amazingly well. I think it's one of the Fourth Doctor's best companions, and I thought that dynamic was phenomenal. And we have her with the 10th Doctor, and oh my god, yes, David Tennant and Sarah Jane Smith are one of my favourite duos of all time, and I think there's so much love and chemistry, and the fact that David Tennant's a fangirl of Sarah Jane, it just shows their connection together. And Sarah Jane is a wonderful, kind, amazing person who will stand up to justice, and she is a 10 out of 10 companion, and I think anyone at this point in the ranking are 10 out of 10 companions. I could go on and on talking about Sarah Jane, but we've got to move on. Next up, at second place now, is Donna Noble, and Donna is the feistiest. You either love her or you hate her. She's like Marmite, and people who don't like Series 4 will only reason for that, because Series 4 is phenomenal with the writing, is because you don't like Donna. And because I love Donna, Series 4 is one of the best series going, and I think Series 4, she progresses so well. I mean, we saw her in The Runaway Bride, and she was a comedy character like Nardo, and then we got her back for the series and was like, no, she can't act, why is she doing this, she's only for comedic. But she makes Donna Noble, Catherine Tate makes Donna Noble work, and it goes throughout, and I absolutely love that. And of course, Catherine Tate does a wonderful performance, and she cries, and you really believe what scenario Donna's in, and she's angry, and she stands up to the Doctor, and you just love it. And it's the first time the 10th Doctor's had a friend relationship. Finally, instead of this lovey-dovey stuff, we have a friend relationship that absolutely works, and they just want to travel together, and Donna just wants to see the stars, and we see Donna almost fall in love in the Science and Library, and her man just disappears, and it's tragic. And then we see Donna have to forget all the things she's done with the Doctor. That's tragic. And then we've also saw Pompeii and Sonara, where she had to help the 10th Doctor press it and destroy all their people. She's been through a lot, but she still travels with the Doctor. She still tries to make him laugh. She still tries to be on par and level with him, and as a mate, and I love that. And this is why Donna's at second place, and I could go on and on about Donna, but first place is Captain Jack Harkness. John Barrowman as Captain Jack. What a performance. He has his own spin-off as well. Torchwood is phenomenal and one of the best spin-offs going. And I think he's incredible in that, and you get to see a more darker side. And I think Torchwood's shown the darker side of Captain Jack a lot more towards series 2 and 3. We see a dark tone, which we see the underlayer of, and we see so many lives he's lived because of Rose bringing him back to life, and then living in the past throughout, and then brought back to the past again. Torchwood does his character justice, and we see kind of his origin in some way in series 2. And then we also see in Doctor Who him being a badass, and he's a hero, and he's one of the best of the best. And he could easily take charge of a situation, and he is flirtatious, he can get angry, he can do comedy, he can do it all, and he is one of the people where I just, when he got brought back for series 12, I jumped out my seat and was like, oh, Captain Jack, and yeah, it kind of got me going and thinking, this is why I love Captain Jack. He has to be at first place, because how excited am I for him being back for series 12 and hopefully in series 13. He has to be back. And I can't believe we got him back after 10 years' time. Shows how important, how amazing his character is, and how many people still want Torchwood to this day back. He's one of the best companions going, and yeah, this is my companion ranking. Captain Jack is at first place, and rightfully so. So thank you guys for watching. This is my first video in my new flat. Can't believe it. And yeah, I'm happy, I'm excited. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and listen to the Doctor's orders at the start of this video. Sylvester McCoy gave an important message, the 7th Doctor, so you should probably listen to it. And yeah, I've got plenty of videos to come. Now I'm back from this break, and I'm also sad to mention, but I won't be going to see the Torchwood people in April because coronavirus has sadly destroyed the Torchwood team and putting them to the August, and that has stopped me from seeing John Hart, I think it is, the person who plays a brilliant person against Captain Jack. He's cancelled because he has another Comic-Con to go to, and I bet there's going to be more Torchwood members to cancel, so I'm debating whether to go in August myself now, and I don't know whether I can attend because the person that takes me I think is going on a holiday then, so I'm not sure whether I can attend in August. So it's a bit sad news for the coronavirus destroying Comic-Con for me this time round, but yeah, I've got plenty more videos to come, and hopefully I'll be doing a Comic-Con video in July to meet the Master, Sacha Dhawan and stuff like that. So there's plenty of videos to come. So don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, get a little bell, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye for now.